Alexa, cancel the 5:58 p.m. alarm.
5:58 p.m. alarm canceled.
Hi, gang. How are ya? Welcome to Mobb Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. 3 here, 4 likes. 4 here, 4 likes. Thank you very much. Let's see who was here first. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. All right, I sneezed. I hit the button at the same time. Tampa Tom Fishing. Chewy. See who is here. Anthony's Fishy Friends. Doug Gray. Excellent. My favorite Beatles song. Hey, Maine's Tails, Fur, and Fins. Yeah, it's, I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite Beatles song, for a couple of different reasons, is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It was sonically a breakthrough, lyrically fun and interesting. So there you go. Redfish, Two Fish, or Redfish, Bluefish, welcome to the live stream. Hattrick Farm, what's up? What's up? So, the COVID-19 is mushrooming in my community. Bob Kaler, who is Sergeant Tips? That's a good question. Helter Skelter by Aerosmith is not bad. Now, your favorite Beatles covers, that's a whole different. I'll give you the Beatles songs I hate. Okay, and we'll get to Fish, later down the road. I hate Michelle My Belle. Michelle My Belle. Yeah, I hate that song. I ironically love Yellow Submarine. And because it's silly. Yeah, I'll tell you what, when people show up and they ban you. So we're having a big breakout in my community of the COVID. 4 weeks ago, we had 14 cases. Now we're probably sitting at 300. So I started to have a conversation with my fish. And about, face masks. Here's who loves the face masks. May surprise you. The Amica Splendids, they're all in. The Guppies say, it's going to suffocate me, and Bill Gates wants to shoot my bloodstream first filled with microchips. That's the type of discussion I have. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm like finishing a big project at work. If I get this big project done on, tomorrow, Wednesday, Bolo's getting groomed at his groomer / daycare. He'll go to daycare after that. And I'll tell you what, I may drive. I think if I get my project done on Wednesday, I'm driving down right after work. I have to pick Bolo up before 7 p.m. So if I get out of work by about 1:30, I'll drive to Rogers, Arkansas. It's a little over an hour away. I'll get an exciting cheat meal. It's all good. See, you know what? Can you go to the dollar sale too much at Petco? So essentially, this is what I'm after. I'm going to buy 320 highs, and I'm going to get as many other 10s as I can fit in my aquarium, probably 3 or 4 more 10s. And then I'll probably go down another week or so and pick up some more. Because I don't have a big car. I have a car that gets me great mileage, but, Yeah, Hat Trick Farm. Yeah, the 15-gallon is really a sweet-sized aquarium. That was my first aquarium when I was a kid. Very underrated. Very underrated because it's can handle those nano fish. It has more room than a 10, but it's not maybe as obviously as big as the 20. It's actually a real good first fish aquarium. Is the Cavern Club in Berlin? Let me look this up. Let's see. Cavern Club. And no, in Liverpool it's still open. Liverpool. All right. Cavern Club, the Beatles. That's back when they had a real drummer, a guy named Pete Best, who decided he wanted to become like an architect or something and left the most successful band in history of music. Even though I think they really did need, they really needed to enjoy the wonders of Ringo Starr. I happen to like Ringo. I like his wackiness. So there you go. See Goldfish Fry? Yep. No, that's a good one, Hat Trick Farm. It's a great aquarium. I'll tell you what, watching a baseball game, even if you're not a baseball fan, walking in and watching a baseball game, smelling the beer and the peanuts and the hot dogs, just the scents and the smells, pretty nice. I've been to a lot of baseball parks, not a ton. I definitely have not been to them all. So I'll give you my list of baseball parks I've been to. I've been to the Candlestick, where the Giants used to play. Been to Oakland Coliseum, where the A's play, where the Raiders used to play. Been to Milwaukee's old stadium, which is really nice. The Twins' old stadium and the Metrodome. Not been to the new Twins stadium. I've been to the where the Mets play now. I forget the name of that stadium. I've been to the new Yankee Stadium. I went to Turner Field. I think I got them all, so not a ton, but I've seen and I've been also to the new Giant Stadium, AT&T, which actually may be my favorite stadium to watch a game because you get up way up in the nosebleed and you're able to look over San Francisco Bay. It's unbelievable. Big thumbs up. Yeah, Bob, I don't think you should be twerking. I think that leave that for Cardi B and the professionals. Cardi B and the professionals. Yeah, there you go. New Busch Stadium, Camden Yards. I want to see Camden Yards and the Jake. I want to see both of those in a big way. I love, I'm not necessarily the biggest baseball fan in the world. I love the idea of being at a baseball game. Well, Offset be pretty ticked off at Bob dating his Cardi B. I was at Yankee Stadium when A-Rod hit his 600th home run. And the company I worked for had a relationship with the Yankees, and the company had a couple of sweet days. And we had a sweet day that day. So we're up there and with clients and with stuff like that. And ironically, the football coach that's now coaching the Jacksonville Jaguars, Doug Marrone, and the guy who no longer Steiner Sports, uh, Brendan Steiner showed up with the actual home plate that that A-Rod touched when he went from there because Steiner sold all of the memorabilia from the Yankees. The Yankees were big, connected to Syracuse University, which my company did business with, and that's why Doug Marrone, who was the coach of Syracuse at the time, the Orange, go Orange, Melvin in the house. So we were up there. We had a really nice time and saw that puppy. It was unbelievable to be there for that. And so Brandon Steiner showed up with the bass. And there were several, fathers brought their little kids to this. Primarily, I think it was all boys. And people went out and touched the bass, which I thought was really cool. He let that happen. It was very, very cool. So that was, I've never met A-Rod, but I did see the bass within it. I didn't touch it. Should have. I was there. Why didn't I? I have no idea. I could have, but I didn't. I didn't even take a picture of it. That's how stupid I was. Hanging out with that. By the way, the next NFL team having to change their name, my favorite team is going to have to change their name for past, atrocities against humanity, the Vikings. Oh man, that's good. That's Diet 7 Up, everybody. Diet 7 Up. Did I miss somebody here? Let's see. I saw Melvin. Hold on. I'm doing whatever I can. By the way, can I just say something really honest here? I don't get twerking. I'm not big into the junk in the trunk. Not my scene. I know that guys love the twerking, and that's fine. And that's all good. I'm not necessarily twerking. Careful, Peter. Neil could flag you. You see. There you go. I'm not high on twerking. I don't have anything against twerking. I just don't see the appeal of twerking. My thing, right there. So I'm not a big thing. So the fish are arguing it out about COVID-19 in the fish room. Yeah, they're not that happy. Bob Kaler twerks in all of his live streams now. Not a surprise, actually. Don't pull anything, Bob. Whatever. Whatever you do, don't pull anything. You have a bunch of carpenter ants inside your truck, but you're in Florida, Tampa, Tom. They probably have they probably have their nest built in there. You probably have to go and fumigate your truck because you're loaded up with carpenter ants. Yeah, I'll tell you what, everybody's nervous about this COVID-19. And I want to say this, and I don't want to be insensitive but it's not the first or last time I've been accused of being insensitive. You're a woman too old to be twerking Hat Trick Farm? Yeah, I don't think there's a good name. Again, I don't know. Hold on, I got to sneeze. Hi, I'm back. Okay. I'm just not a big fan of the twerking. So where was I at? Oh, this COVID-19 thing. It's a microbe. I turned off my microphone just for you guys. I took my allergy pill this morning, so I take a 24-hour allergy pill, and I took that about 14 hours ago. So I took it when I woke up this morning, so about 4 a.m. Central Time. It's 6:12 here in beautiful. The carpenter's ant made a nest in your fishing cart. Great. Yeah, one of the great reasons I'm avoiding Florida is that I'm not going to move to Florida because of that and the hurricanes. Do you guys have a favorite place? If you could go and live anywhere in the world, do you guys have a favorite place that you'd go? You know where I would live? And, if all of a sudden, say I hit the lottery, I would move to lovely the hill country of Texas, Fredericksburg, that area of Texas. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, bodily nose. Well, guess what? I got to blow my nose. So hold on a second here. I'm going to lean forward and do this so you don't have to see it. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Florida's worst quality is the people. What I love about Florida are all the weird arrests. I mean, they're wonderful people. Like to live next to Halle Berry's house. There you go. I have a buddy of mine, one of my really good friends, lives in Phoenix. And I was, this is probably going about 7 years ago. I was stuck in Phoenix for a few days because I was trying to get back to New York City. There's a big, there was a big blizzard that shut down the airports. Now it's to fly back into Newark. So I was stuck in Phoenix for a couple of days, which was fine, except I didn't have a lot of money, and I didn't have a lot of money, and I really couldn't do anything. But I had a good friend of mine, my buddy Kevin, was there, so I went and had dinner with him a couple of times. The Suns, and my buddy Kevin is married to a lady who's Asian, and the sons at that point were in their early 20s, and one of the sons kept calling me round eyes, which I thought was funny. Because I don't care. Lots of people have round eyes, and I'm one of them. Okay. And I said, not only does your dad have round eyes, he's a ginger. And so I busted on my buddy's chops a little bit as it goes through. Well, we were going through, and now I lost track of my thoughts. I just lost track of my thought. It'll come back to me. Jesse, what up? Welcome to the live stream. I forgot what I was going to talk about. I've been sneezing and stuff like that, being stuck in Phoenix. Um, See, a lot of people would choose to go to Hawaii. And Doug Gray would like to move next door to Halle Berry so he could stalk her. And isn't that something you'd all like to be a part of? Yeah, it's yeah. So my buddy's kids are like, their wife. My buddy's wife is Chinese, and these kids are busting my chops all night for being round eyes. Well, let's get back to COVID-19. We have no, we've been at war with these viruses for as long as humanity's been around, and we'll be around. If humanity survives this and everything, which it will, a million years from now, we'll be fighting these viruses. It's just the name of the game, and I don't know what we're supposed to do because I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get anybody else sick. Um, but I want to make a living. I want to pay my mortgage. I want to feed my fish. I want to take care of things that are going on. There has to be sort of a balance in the deal. I also want to associate with people. You know what? You guys are great. I love all of you. But guess what? We're not really associating. We're speaking to each other, communicating with each other, but we're not like hanging out at a coffee shop, seeing each other's expressions, dealing with people one on one. Okay? So that's my deal with this COVID-19 is that no matter what, people are going to get this damn thing. And all we can do is slow the spread until they find out. They did until they find a vaccine. Which by the way, the Germans apparently have had a pretty good test. So let's see what happens. Let's go from there. Let's see. Jesse says Hawaii's having a real guppy craze right now. I just did a presentation for your local fish club. Excellent. Let's see here. Bob Keller says he's sexy in the dark. Aren't we all? Yeah, trust me. I'm not, I'm not going to be, you know what I've been thinking of doing just for the fun of it? Starting to be an Instagram model. And, just do, how these ladies do these come hither looks and all that sort of stuff. I have a buddy of mine. He has this friend, so someone I'm acquainted with. Nikki, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. So this buddy of mine, an acquaintance of mine, has a lot of dough. His parents are real rich, and he doesn't do a lot, but he basically is cashing in on the folks. Wish I could do the same, and I know you guys do too. So he's at like some golf tournament, and there's like one of the ladies with the tees, walks around with the flags and stuff right at the the flagpole things and flagpole girls. So apparently she was an Instagram model. So this buddy goes out and he tries to make, pretty girl tries to make contact with her. So he's never seen her since, but has sent her about $5 or $6 grand. And I'm going, yeah, that sounds like a real good scam. Real good scam. By the way, I use American brine shrimp. Doug Gray flipped me off to that. I have great hashes with it. Big fan. In fact, right before I went in, I just fed my fish a healthy feeding of baby brine shrimp. I've got to be real close, by the way, to having baby Amica splendens. These females are becoming huge. They really don't become gravid like guppies. And so there you go. Just to the side, Filipina ladies like to ask guys for money. Yeah, you see, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for my next wife. We'll work on that. I have to get to the point where I can leave my home and associate with people to meet the next wife. So there you go. And let's see. Bob says, gee, Doug, that sounds like a generalization. And Doug says, yeah, Bob, try talking to them. I don't know. No idea. I haven't had a relationship with a Filipina lady, except I have an aunt that's Filipina. And it was my uncle's second bride. She was an executive with a major corporation. And my uncle was sort of a kept man at home. So it's all good. And she's a lovely lady. Really, really nice lady. It Philippine widow claims. Well, you see, there you go. Marry an old guy, and he croaks off, and she's 27. Boy, is that that a generalization or what? It's okay. We know you like the Filipinas. So IRS sorts people out by nationality. The IRS. I hate to tell you this, Bob Kaler. They have a lot going on. I'll tell you what, Nikki, is putting the guppies in the tubs. It depends. Where in the country are you? I hope Catfish Terry comes to this channel. No, I didn't see that. He may have told me, but I didn't see it. So welcome Catfish Terry whenever he shows up. Or she shows up. That's funny. One of the biggest scams, by the way, people don't realize this. You know how the Italian mom makes their money these days? Medicare fraud. That is where they get, it's like one of their biggest earners. Frugalness isn't a crime, Doug. That's correct. Frugalness is not a crime. uh, yep, I know now. Thanks, Chewy. And thanks, Anthony. VB23, no mask equals no common sense. I totally agree with you. I wear my mask. I washed my mask yesterday. I washed my mask. I have 3 masks. One of them, Daryl Deemer sent to me, which is very nice of him. So I have 3 masks, and I wash them every few days. Vinoxky, thanks. Wow, welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. 10 here, 11 thumbs up. Thank you guys for helping the channel. I really appreciate it. So the process, of dealing with the argument in the fish room between the fish and the guppies rebelling, saying they're not going to wear a face mask. And I even had the little face mask made for them. It was like perfect. Went around their little flippers. And there you go. I married an American Filipina, was told by many Filipinas I went wrong with the American part, just told them, I think they're all crazy. There you go. Well, aren't women all crazy? I'm not being a sexist, by the way. All right. Yeah, Killer has yet to get to me, Doug Gray, on that, but I'll be watching. I'll be watching. So my area is really under like a COVID-19 spike. Not sexist when you're joking. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with my next wife. I hope to meet a very nice lady. I was in the grocery store line and was flirting with a pretty gal. Tough to tell with the face mask on, but my guess was she was attractive. And not like I'm the world's most handsome man, but I got game. So I'm sort of flirting with this gal, and I'm guessing she's early 40s, maybe. So perfect age for me. And she starts telling me about her grandkids. Yeah, that pretty much soured me, mainly because I don't want to be called grandpa. I'm not at that state in my life yet. Maybe maybe in 10 years. But I'm not in the state of being called grandpa. Is that ageism? Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, you see, one ex-wife's enough for me. I have a cool sports car and pretty guppies. Yeah, I've got pretty guppies. A sissy dog that's old and cranky. And I have, what else do I have? Oh, I have an Econo box. I don't have the fancy sports car. Maybe I'll do that next. Before I started doing live streams tonight, I was listening to Ozzy Osbourne, Elton John song, "Ordinary Man." You know who that was written by? It was written by Ozzy. It was written by Elton. They wrote it together with Duff McKagan, Slash from Guns N' Roses, and Chad Smith, the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So there you go. I have the hamster mobile. I have a Kia Soul. That's right. I'll tell you what, Bolo does have paternity problems. He makes me a little side money. I really got to start pimping him out because he makes $400 every time a female Pomeranian visits him. So he does. And all I have to do, I put a contract. If the female Pomeranian doesn't give birth, I give him another shot. Doesn't give birth after the second time, sayonara. The $400 in cash, baby. Cash money. Streetwise. Let's see here. Let's see here. Buddy married a Filipino American woman, started roasting the pig at 6 a.m. Nothing wrong with that at all, Streetwise. Nothing wrong with that at all. I went when I was married to my previous wife, who was a Mexican, originally from Mexico. Went with her family to have barbacoa borrego on a farm. Barbacoa borrego is, if you go to Mexico, that's really what you don't find cow, you don't find barbecue, cow like you would in a Tex-Mex place. It's barbacoa borrego, and borrego is lamb, and it is amazing. They wrap it in the agave leaves. That's the leaf that they put um, that they use for a tequila, and they bury it in the ground and cook it for like 10 hours, with like mesquite and stuff. Unbelievably good. So on this place, and people made up 3 lambs that were butchered that morning, and it was just incredible. Now here's the deal: is that these people started bringing out, like, they made soups. They had all sorts of stuff come out. It was delicious. Salsa was really good, made right there on the farm. But I want to make the people feel bad. They couldn't have been sweeter. And so, what's the temperature? Nikki, in your area. It depends on the water temp, by the way. It get up to like 90 degrees, get down to 60 at night, you'll be fine. So it was unbelievable. And of course they want to give you tortillas. Heck with tortillas. I don't want no tortillas. I want the borrego. But you had to have a couple because they were homemade. Homemade salsa. It was just outrageously good. And I stuffed myself like a pig. And the next morning, it's about night. The former in-laws live about 90. It's actually probably about, if there's no traffic, about 30 minutes north of Mexico, of downtown Mexico City. And this was a 90-minute drive north. So we get back like at 11 p.m. We got to be at the airport at 4 a.m., for a 6 a.m. flight because it's international. So it's a real pain in the neck. We're traveling with someone named Bolo. So the next morning, they sent back with my in-laws. Like, I bet you it was 20 pounds of borrego. I mean, it's just, I couldn't eat for 24 hours. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievably good. Yeah, you're probably okay, Nikki. It depends on the size of the water. If the larger the better. So if you have it in a tub of like 80 gallons or so, you're probably fine. Let's see here. Maine is still the USA. I love Maine, by the way. Gorgeous. The lobster rolls. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I could see why, if I could make a living there, that would be a place I'd choose to go to. I mean, it's gorgeous. Portland, Maine's just really cool. Really a cool place to be. Let me have a sip here of my delicious Diet 7 Up. Hi, this is Peter Mobb Guppy. When I'm doing a live stream, there's one thing I want to do and do all the time. I want to have a refreshing drink, and that drink is Diet 7 Up. Mmm. Cold, refreshing, clears my throat. Yeah, it's just great. Absolutely great. If you're in the fish room and you're working hard, Diet 7 Up is where my day begins. Should be your day as well. Get a Diet 7 Up. Now I need to know where that 7 Up cash is. Did I make you want to get a 7 Up? So you got a 20 high, 29 gallon, and they were out of 10, so I went somewhere else to get the 10s I needed. There you go, Maine's Tales of Furs and Fins. Hey, what up? Raleigh. Nice seeing you, sir. Welcome to the live stream. 10 here, 11 thumbs up. Thank you very much, gang. I really appreciate it. Let me cough again. I don't know why I'm coughing tonight. Okay. You guys didn't want to hear me cough anyway, so. Found out that George wanted to be a guitar player. Go. Yeah, Vermont, it's funny is that I lived in the Northeast for about 7 years. And there's 2 states I didn't go to, and I should have. I'm kicking myself for not going to Vermont. And I have cousins in Vermont. And I didn't go to Rhode Island. But I basically went to every other state. I've been to 45 of the U.S. states. Here's what I have not been to. Okay, Vermont, Rhode Island, Oregon, Idaho, and Alaska. Otherwise, I've seen them all. Been to all of them. Most of them I've driven through. A lot of times It's yeah, reach out to email Raleigh. If you don't have Raleigh's email, Bob Kaler, reach out to me. I'll hook you up. You know, waterfront, you never go down there? Yeah, that's my temptation would be going down there first thing in the morning with a cup of coffee and watching the water. Yeah. Let's see. What was I doing in all those days? Just as my dad was a guy who liked to travel all over the place. He liked to do family trips in the car. So a lot of states right there. And because of my career, I've let's see, I've let me give you the list I've lived in for my career. Minneapolis, Huntsville, Alabama, Greenville, South Carolina, New York, San Francisco, California, New York, New Jersey actually, but I worked in New York. It's San Antonio, Little Rock, and Joplin, Missouri. So I've lived in 8 different cities. It's God, I hate talking about my career. I'll just say that my career is unusual, and no, it's nothing illegal. It's I work in marketing. I hate to. It's I just hate telling what people I do for a living. All right, so there you go, Raleigh. RCA 697-2776 at AOL.com. I need more tanks too. I'm picking those up. I can't wait. I can't wait for those to get more aquariums set up. I've got to also stop by the flooring place and get that put in. I've just been so busy at work, but I think it all wraps up tomorrow. I'm waiting for an email which has not arrived yet. And I'm waiting for some data that just has not shown up. And I wish it had. It just hasn't yet. So I'm going to go. The guy that I work with also has an FTP site where he puts a lot of his data up. Let's see if he has it there. Bolo's going to go spend time in daycare for the next 2 days. But she always gets real nervous when I take him over there. Really nervous. Don't even ask me why. I have no idea. No idea why he becomes so nervous. Once he gets there, he's happy. And so but like on the drive over there, he's like shaking because it's also the vet's office and they're going to wash him and they're going to cut him and they're going to do all that sort of stuff. No, my data hasn't arrived yet. Okay. We'll pull and we'll wait for it to arrive. Wait to arrive all the way around. Excellent. Horse riding license. There you go, Mains, Tails, Furs, and Fins. I own shares in a couple of racehorses. There's a brokerage house for racehorses called myracehorse.com. And I don't have that much money into racehorses. I have about the same as I do in fish. Fish are probably more profitable. But we'll see how long term goes in. So I have shares in about 10 racehorses. All 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds. So there you go. And it's when it comes to the ladies, by the way, I sort of like them all. I sort of like them all. It's they're all precious in my sight. I have dated every ethnic group of women. I mean, I have dated Asian gals, black gals, Hispanic gals, white gals. I'm sort of like I'm like the United Nations when it comes to dating. They all are the same type of gal, though. They're all really much better educated than I am. They're all insanely more beautiful than what I should be able to date. And they could not be. I mean, they're a lot of fun to be around and all that sort of stuff. So there you go. That's my dating life. Yeah. So my thoroughbreds. I have one that's going to be racing at Del Mar here in about 3 weeks. Her name is Lazy Daisy. She was in the Breeders' Cup. I own almost nothing. I own a share of so that's I own very little of her, but it's fun to go through. And I appreciate that that very, very much. It's horses, dogs, and and fish. It's all good. So that's kind of kind of fun stuff. And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the whole process. But the fish, getting this next fish room set up, I'll have about 40 tanks in there. So I'm gonna have a total of about 50 tanks, probably before the end of the year. And so I'm in favor of that. I really am. I can't wait. And so I look forward to that very, very much. I will check it out, Chewy. Yeah, no, 50 tanks is the big time. Yeah, exercise on the track. No, that's real work. Those people are pretty doggone dedicated to these horses. I mean, they really are. Not quite Doug Gray 100 tanks, but 50 tanks. Yeah, that's where I'm going to be by the end of the year. And I'm going to order in some wonderful. I'm going to order in something from Asia. I'm going to set up a big tank in there with probably with an Oscar. Call him Rex, the king of the fish room. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. By the way, even though they're not paying for this, I want to thank the good people with 7-Up. Diet 7-Up is a refreshing taste. Cold, refreshing. Exactly what you need to do. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I want to be like Doug Gray too. I want to be like Doug Gray as well. And because he has some pretty sweet fish. All right, so Kaler answered Raleigh. That's good. That's strong as they build their relationship. And so that's that's pretty exciting all the way around. And let's see here. I don't know. I'm just trying to get my get everything going in. It's expand everything step by step. I try not to do too much just try to do whatever it takes to make the fish room, just step by step. That's how I'm building everything. A lot of times people go out of their way. They overdo it, and I've tried not to do that. Bob Kaler, swordtails. The swordtails are what you should purchase from me because they are amazing, very colorful, and they are very, very they reproduce like no tomorrow. They don't eat their fry. They're always dropping babies. See, just really, really good. Been taking down some of your nano tanks, setting up larger tanks. You're still around 50 though. I'm not getting that. I'm getting probably, well, maybe I am. I've been selling a bunch. In fact, I had to pull it off of eBay. Vinny the Mooch. Well, we don't expect you to be here on time, buddy. We don't expect you to be on time at all. Here's the deal with I have sold on like eBay and Aquabid 20 packs of male guppies, of male swordtails. And I have sold I believe I have sold 10 packs of those so far this year. It's just let me take a quick look. But yeah, I've sold 10 packs of them. And so, yeah, they get 20 male guppies. I usually send them 22, 23. And just to go through, and it has been, really, really, one would think that male guppies may not be that exciting, but I think that people have a great deal of interest in stuff that they have going. They look at getting something different. They don't want to have baby fish. So it's so let's see here. Let's see, it's just giving me the last 90 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with Aquabid, how many have I sold? Hold on. This is just the last 90 days, so I've sold stuff before that. I have to go and collect all my all my receipts because I'm setting up an LLC because my tax man says I should. And let's see here. Not blacklisted a buyer yet on Aquabid. And let's see here. Aquabid stats. Let's see if they'll Now, Aquabid is kind of interesting. They have 250,000 registered users. And they've had, in the last 45 days, almost 112 or 12,000 sold things of fish. All right, so let's see what we've done. Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm not seeing this. They're not helping me. Oh. Okay, closed. All right. Yeah, it's not giving me the full deal, but I've got the receipts, so. Yeah, it's just the male fish. People want them. Lumpy Dog, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Party can get going. Jim Walsh, What's up, buddy? Jim Walsh is a friend of mine. He does not keep fish, but he's popping in anyways, which is nice of him. My buddy Brian, who I don't know if he has a current aquarium or not, but he loves keeping fish. At his last employer, he set up a fish aquarium in the office for the deal and was maintained it and did all of that. So, by the way, I was at Walmart today. They were selling Red Stripe beer. I didn't get any, but they were selling it. They were selling Red Stripe beer. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive all the way around. All right, gang, that's it. I'll let you guys get ready for Bob's steam thaw. I've got to do a few things around the house before I go to bed. And yeah, see you later, Bob Kaler. See you all later on. Thank you so much for being a part of the live stream tonight. I really appreciate having you here, everybody, and thank you for all the thumbs up. It's I couldn't do it without you right there. All right, you guys have a great day.